in 5e compared to previous editions.
I looked at it more as like a support class, right? Like I'm there to like support more, but I fucked up in picking my abilities first, so. But Christina fixed that, so it should be better now.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, when you've given me, like, inspiration die, that's been super helpful, or... I don't know, what other things does it do? Like, what other kind of support spells does it have?
He's got a lot of, like, native stuff as well, just, like, as a part of his kit, like, his Song of Life, being able to regenerate more hit points. Stuff like that. Also, hi! Uh-oh. Did I DC?
Hello?
Did everybody suddenly stop talking for me?
Oh no, the DM's back. Everybody be quiet.
Oh no,
no.
hush.
Everyone,
Be scared.
I'm just ultra reverent of the words that come out of your mouth, so I naturally shut up when I think you might want to talk.
Like, does everybody hear that? I shut my door and my cat is meowing outside like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah, God, he's yelling.
Meow.
It will be fine. It will absolutely be fine.
Meow.
Welcome back to D&D. I missed you all, and I'm ready to see what weird escapades we get up to today. How's everybody doing?
To quote my favorite producer, another day in paradise.
2 days ago was my dog's 9th birthday. We had a party for it.
Did he
Nice.
Did he get a little like cake? Like a little treat?
Yeah. There's this place that's like a dog bakery, so they make like dog treats and stuff. And we got her like some toys and.
Oh, that's so nice. All right, so I'm gonna fire up this scene here, and we will get started.
Quick question on my
Yes.
character sheet. Am I supposed to add like when we do rests and stuff? Am I supposed to change my stuff, or does that get changed automatically?
So when you like click on your character and you do your short rest and you regenerate your hit dice, I think it does do it for you because it rolls it for you. But if it doesn't, you can just apply it yourself. But yeah, I would check. It does have the floating combat text, like it does in WoW, so you can like see your hit points regenerate if it so happens.
Was
But
I
don't-
supposed? Am I supposed to click any of that stuff, or like do you tell us when to click that?
I usually tell you, if, like, say you're short resting, then I give you the opportunity, because during a short rest, you have to decide how many hit dice you're going to spend, and then how many hit points, like, you get from that, because you roll the dice. And sometimes you don't want to spend all your your hit dice if you want to do multiple short rests.
Yeah, it was just more for like getting some of my abilities back.
Yeah, so, and you all can decide whether or not you take a short rest or a long rest after your, introduction to the person who, gave you what is now considered to be Kozlo's den. But let us start with let's start with a brief recap of the last session. Meanwhile, in Arctis Kaamos, you all finished your crawl through the decaying laboratory and met up with the Duke that was in there, Duke Talus. And Duke Talus, rather than fighting with you, was more interested in bartering and offering you money and even employment in exchange for your services. However, the people that initially sent you to kill Duke Talus, namely the Fironian Leonin, Leon Fearstrider. Also, don't ask me to say that any faster, I can't. After he sent you guys to go do his dirty work for him, he wanted some proof of the deed, and Duke Talus was happy to provide, well, something to get you ahead of the game. And Kozlo helped. by, gluing some hair to a skull and making it look like Duke Talus's head. And honestly, it ended up being somewhat passable. And so he sent you off with some paperwork, some seals, and some various proof of his deadness in order for you to return to Leon and to ensure your job is done and to reap the benefits of it. As you returned to Cozy's den to give Leon the good news, as well as the prize package of quote-unquote Duke Talus's head. Oh gosh, things got a little tense. As Leon and Dreon seemed to spar a little bit verbally and posture physically. After a lot of threatening, you all were escorted back to the VIP room. And there, you soon joined business with one Callista Vicatus, a member of one of the most powerful houses of Maginox. And this vampire woman was more interested in your employ and assured you that she was very powerful. And so, instead of possibly leaving Duke Talus alive, Callista proposed that you finish the job, and that Duke Talus was a bit of a blight on the good name of Maginox. And so, what will you guys decide to do? Go with Duke Talus and threaten the wrath of House Vicatus? Or go along with Callista, who has already gifted you an entire bar and grill to your name? And as the night wanes, as your gift, is left in your care, do you all choose to spend the night in Kozlo's den?
Yeah!
There are many fine seats in the back if you wish to merely lock yourself up back here. But you've noticed your companion, Callista Vicatus, has mysteriously vanished. Do you all wish to long rest back here, or do you wish to retire to a different inn for the night?
I mean, it's Kozlo's in. We should just stay here.
Yeah! Sleep in my den!
Dreon's also got this nice pile of his own fur in front of him, so it's very cozy.
Oh, I forgot about the fur!
Yeah, Dreon got furminated. This is a fact, and it has not been cleaned up yet. As the dancer has given you some privacy, as you spoke with Callista. But oddly enough, you haven't been left with any sort of deed or keys. Really sort of any proof of ownership that you are now the proprietors of this place. Merely the word of a single vampire woman. Is she playing a trick on you?
I think she seems trustworthy. Vampires are known for their trustworthiness.
If
I
only there
don't
was
know
some.
if you're joking or not.
If you
If only
choose,
there was some vicious bugbear cleric I could just hire to murder this vampire.
if you so choose, you may all merely go to sleep in a drunken haze, passing out on the couches of your new den, and we will deem it a new morning. If you wish to stay up and meander about the bar, it will have to be a unanimous vote. You all may choose.
Dreon looks at everyone assembled. Get some shut-eye. We march first thing in the whatever passes for morning.
Kozlo was like,
tired.
Kozlo is already curling up in the pile of Drion's fur.
Yeah, okay.
Would you guys like me to play you a sensual bagpipe bedtime song?
There is nothing I want less at the moment than that, Tugum.
I sadly put my bagpipes away.
I mean, I'm hearing bad. I think that's just Christina.
Oh yeah, didn't you have like some macrame, Christina, where I could play bagpipes?
Yeah, I just played it.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Poop. Oh, there we go.
We also have the war gong.
Nice.
So if you, I've decided that this power will remain in my hands. So if you would like to, if you would like to so declare that you would like to bang the gong or play your bagpipes, you may merely state, "I play the
Well
bagpipes."
played, Dungeon Master. Well played.
Thank you.
Drion would actually like to file a formal complaint with the Dungeon Master.
No, okay, I don't know which one of
About
you
the
linked
Dungeon
that
Master?
original Final
Yeah.
Fantasy. I think it was Kozlo who linked that video, but I immediately downloaded it.
Yeah, sorry,
oh my God.
about the Dungeon Master or at the Dungeon Master, whichever. That's
Yeah,
fine, as long
yeah,
as there's
feel free-
complaints.
Feel free and complain. But every time you complain, I'm gonna play that bagpipe sound 3 times.
Yes, for the record, I did not ask for that. It was given to me.
It is a blessing from above. All right. I believe you all are choosing to long rest. Go ahead and open up your character sheets by double-clicking your token. And on the top right-hand corner of the screen, click Long Rest. And then click Rest. And I see that Drion has taken a long rest and has recovered his hit points. And Azrael and Tugum and Kozlo all pass out. In the back seat of
I just
Kozlo's
realized-
den.
I just realized I've read my character sheet wrong this whole time, and I thought for my uses it'd say like 3 out of 3. I thought that meant I've already used it the 3 available times, and then I couldn't use them anymore.
So now you have more spells, is what you're saying.
Well, no, like I didn't realize it goes down to 0. I thought it started at 0 and went up to 3.
Welcome to a new, well, whatever can be considered morning, here at Kozlo's Den. A new, very energetic music is picked up and echoes throughout the stone corridors. You all are awoken by this loud music, unless you are only trancing or don't have to sleep. You notice a definite shift as the morning drunk crew is scheduled to come in. That's right. Only the degenerates of Maginox truly come in at this horrible time. What would be considered in normal terms 7 a.m. is still Maginox dark.
I like this place, right? Like, you just wake up and you're just like, well, I'm heading right to the casino. And it's not weird because it's dark out.
Everything is dark. The only light to be seen is Maginox. And it's only, well, dark if you want it to be. Drion, or Kozlo, you wake up in a pile of Drion's furminated fur, which seems to have accumulated in a neat little pile on the floor. Drion, you have been sleeping stretched out on this suede-covered mattress? Couch? And everybody looks relatively comfortable. Tugum, you've also passed out. Perhaps a few drinks discarded at your side? And Azrael, what are you doing today?
Azrael has been just sitting motionless on the couch this whole time, just staring off into space. Because they don't have to sleep.
You see your party members start to stir.
Oh, Good morning.
Drion sits up. Fuck my back. He kind of like reaches back and rubs a paw against it. That was not a good place to sleep.
Azrael, like, tilts their head at you at a really uncomfortable angle that does not look like it should be possible with somebody who has a spine.
I don't want to go back to bar college, mommy.
Drion stands up and gently taps Kozlo with a foot. Wake up! Kozlo, come on!
Hey, what? Hey. Oh,
We gotta go!
all right.
He walks over to Tugum. You up?
Yeah. Oh, what are we doing?
Probably murdering. I don't know, maybe breakfast first. Are we hungry? He looks around the room. Is everyone hungry? Nobody. Well, I'm hungry. All right, come on, move along. Drill.
I would love to move. There we go.
Drion throws open the door.
That
He tries.
side is locked.
Oh no, we're prisoners. Prisoners in our own tavern.
Drion briefly stiffens up as the door is locked, and he looks around like that thought was in his head. And then he sees Kozlo open the door. Things are never easy.
Can I pick the other door because it bothers me that the one's open and one's locked?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Okay. You pick the lock.
There we go, much better.
Drion walks over, in, out like a good cat. Thanks. I like that better, Kozlo.
No, I want it in.
No, I want meow, meow. No.
The card-playing table, where you normally see Leon and company, is currently empty.
Drion gives it a look as he passes by. I hope they're still in town.
The bar is rather lively this morning, and you see a few familiar faces. There's a hobgoblin here, and a dusky blue-skinned barmaid who, with her thick blonde braided hair, looks like she had just climbed off of the mountain peak. There's also a large minotaur sitting at the bar, and one... Is that a rotting corpse?
Drion kind of muscles through, slams his fist on the table or on the bar.
The barkeep, who seems to be abnormally top-heavy for a kobold, hops up on his little stool, him being, well, shaped like an upside-down triangle. He turns and looks at you. Hey, what'll it be?
Now, what do you recommend for breakfast around here?
We've got some porridge. We've got some, He opens the door to the back. Hey, what have we got for breakfast? We've got some eggs. We've got a little bit of steak. We've got the porridge. I've already told him about the porridge. Hey, we've got eggs.
All right. Eggs will do. Hold the porridge.
Whoa. Eggs of what species of animal?
The kobold hops off the counter and goes back to the door. Eggs of what species of animal? He's asking. I believe they're chicken.
Oh, alright. Sigh of relief.
Yeah, she says they're chicken eggs.
I mean, I probably would have eaten most eggs, but good to know, I guess. He looks back. Azrael, Kozlo, you want something?
Hey, can I get like a breakfast burrito?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hey, listen, you're Kozlo, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, I hear that, you's my new boss. I'm Cozy.
Oh, hi. Yeah, about that. Yeah, hi.
He leans across the table, kind of one elbow over the other. It would be vaguely threatening if his little tiny feet weren't dangling off the other end. Hey, so what would be your plans for Kozlo's den?
Honestly, ain't thought that far yet. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
I was told there was going to be more Leonin women.
Oh yeah, we'll start with that.
He leans back. Leonin women.
Cosmo starts like
Give me a breakfast
looking around,
burrito.
like it's the first time it's actually occurred to him that he now is in charge of a bar / casino.
So, boss, what's the first order of business?
Alright, first things first. Look at these chairs. They're all like all over the place and like crooked. Well, we ain't got no housekeeping staff around here. Clean that shit up.
The kobold narrows his eyes as he polishes the glass. And the glass is very clean. Yet he continues to polish it in agitation. Yeah.
Azrael goes to one of the chairs and straightens it.
So, I get the idea that you don't really know how to run a business, Kozlo.
Oh, I'm a very, very established businessman. Yeah. Well, more of an entrepreneur, really.
Would be a shame if, anything untoward would happen in your purview.
Tugum is still like groggy-eyed and barely awake, and goes, and I said, the only thing you need to worry, I want to intimidate the bartender. Can I do that first?
Go ahead. Alright, what do you say to him?
The only thing you need to worry about is getting us our breakfast. Don't worry about how the bar is going to be run.
The kobold looks at you, and he thinks once, looks between you and Drian and Kozlo, and Azrael, who seems to be just busily, organizing the chairs. And he decides he's made enough noise for today. And he puts down his glass and goes back to the door. And instead of yelling at the help, he shuts the door behind him for a moment, leaving
Drian
you
looks
all
over at
alone in the
Kozlo.
bar.
Drian looks over at Kozlo. You gotta nip that shit in the bud, man. He's clearly not gonna listen to a single thing you say. You just gotta, I don't know, throw a dynamite at him or punch him in the ears.
Cosmo just starts rummaging around in his bag.
Azrael, you walk behind the bar.
Azrael pulls out some tankards and just starts filling beers and passes them to Gumdrian and Kozlo.
Oh,
Ah.
thanks, Daz. Didn't picture you as the bartending type.
Hell yeah. See, that's the kind of go-get-em attitude we need here at Kozlo's Den.
The Minotaur sitting at the stool taps the bar once and makes a gesture at Azrael.
Azrael just
One, please.
stares at him. One what?
I'll have what the little green spicy one is having.
Oh, oh, right. They lean under the, grab another beer and pass it to him.
He
Absolutely doesn't have no concept of exchange of coin for goods and services.
The Minotaur looks at his what appears to be an abnormally foamy beer and kind of blows some of the foam off the top. Whew. Good work on your technique.
Drion looks over to Kozlo. So do you have a slogan in mind for this place? Like, every great establishment I went to back home had a slogan.
Kazo like thinks for a minute.
How about this, Welcome to Kozlo's Den, where you probably won't blow up, probably, maybe.
That's a start, but maybe, I don't know, maybe like something a little warmer, like, when you're here, you give us your money.
The Minotaur nods approvingly.
Kozlo's Den! Have a wonderful time, or I'll fucking kill you!
Drion kind of makes a face. It's probably true.
Can I would like to see if the bartender kobold guy is fucking with our food. Can I do like an insight or perception? Or is there any way I can like, does this door have like a typical, like, you know how like diners have like a little circle window attached to the door to where you can like look through?
It both has a small circular window that you can peep through. You can also make a perception check if you'd like to listen at the door.
So I wasn't sure what the perception.
All right, not too terribly bad. The music of the bar is a little bit loud, so it's hard for you to make out their voices inside. But through the door, you see the kobold. And I'll open the door just a little bit so you can see inside. It appears that the kobold and the chef are both working on your food.
I just want to make sure they're not messing with it. I don't want kobolds spit in my eggs.
He is touching and handling it, but from what you see through the peephole, he does not appear to be doing anything that would cause any sort of health code violation. Not in this era.
Azrael continues to pour beers and just pass them to anybody at the bar because they're just enjoying the spigot.
All of the patrons
being
at the
useful.
bar seem to be ordering in some sort of frenzy, as they are not exchanging coin for this booze Azrael is doling out.
So Kozlo will notice that no one is paying for any of their beers, but he's in such a good mood, having just become the owner of a bar, and also still not quite up to speed on everything. So for every beer that Azrael pours, Kozlo is going to slide a gold piece across the table to Azrael.
Okay.
For even the ones that everybody else,
Yeah.
they're just giving.
Kozlo just keeps paying Azrael for every beer that gets poured.
Azrael looks down at the gold, very confused.
Drion... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Azrael, Kozlo just starts sliding you gold pieces. You managed to accumulate about, well, at least 6 of them.
Drion looks over to the Minotaur. I've seen you around here a few times now. Are you working for anybody?
Shakes his head. Nope. Looking for work, but... sometimes you just have to relax and enjoy the sights. Take in Maginox. He smiles. I just recently got out of a pretty dark and dank underground cave. Took me a while to get through, but I managed.
Was it moist?
Oh, yeah. And in fact, it had a ton of spiders in it. He shudders. I'm not one for spiders. Ugh.
Especially moist ones. They're worse.
They creep me out. But anyway, there's a lot of sneaky drow that like to live under Maginox still. And you find them accompanied by a significant amount of spiders. If you ever see a lot of spiders, you're probably gonna see some drow soon. Just some friendly advice from one adventurer to another.
Did the spiders attack you?
He nods. They're very aggressive about their territory. You just have to steer clear of their caves.
Well, good note to not go in any random caves, I guess. He locks eyes with the large adventurer. You look like you'd be pretty handy in a fight. Is that a fair assessment?
He nods. I'm pretty good in a fight, but I'm not really good at, well, anything else, I guess. He looks down at his beer. And, well, I'm not really a good cave splunker either. I'm kinda too big.
Yeah. Being big has its place. If you ever decide you're looking for work, you let me know. We could use another big adventurer in this crew.
Oh yeah? He looks at you with interest. What's your pay? And what kind of, work are we talking here?
Well, the split's a percentage of whatever we find while adventuring, and you know how it goes. Mostly getting into fights, protecting other people from fights, maybe cracking some skulls. It's pretty standard stuff here. It's not, I wouldn't say it's all that complicated.
Oh, so you do more bodyguard work.
Bodyguarding, body not guarding, yeah.
We have been known to guard some bodies, yes.
Oh. Well, did I hear right, or are you the new owner of this bar? He looks down at Kozlo.
It's me, I guess, probably.
Oh, well that's really exciting. Tell you what, do you need a bouncer?
Kozlo's eyes like light up like he's never even considered this idea before.
I'll tell you what, I'll keep the peace around here for 25 gold a week.
Sold.
Oh. Well, he extends a hand towards you. It's a deal. By the way, my name's Sunny.
Kozlo looks at his hand, like not really realizing that he's like, I'm assuming he's reaching out for a handshake.
He is.
But Kozlo like looks at his hand and goes,
Oh, right. I gotta pay you in advance, okay.
and like fishes around for 25 gold and gives it to him.
Says, oh, payment up front. He smiles and nods. I like you. Real upfront kind of guy. I'll start work right away. He gets up kind of laboriously. Kind of trips over the stool a little bit. Oh, oops. Picks it up very delicately and places it back into place.
You can maybe straighten down some of these chairs if you get a second.
Sure thing, boss. He begins shuffling
don't let
furniture
anyone
around.
weird in.
Nobody weird. Excuse me, sir?
Huh?
Mr. Kozlo?
Yeah.
This is Maginox. What is weird?
Look, I'm not paying you because I want to figure out the answer to every question, okay? I need you to figure that one out on your own.
Oh gosh. Okay. Alright, nobody weird. Nobody weird. He stands by the
It's gonna
curtain.
work out great.
Kozlo was totally not paying attention when he said his name.
Eeyore.
Eeyore. His name is Sunny. And I will
Yeah,
make
that's what
it
I said.
visible for everybody.
All right. Well, we got a bouncer now. Where the fuck is our food?
Excuse me, are you weird? The Minotaur inquires to the hobgoblin, who is currently trying to enjoy breakfast. Hobgoblin's like, what the hell? Meanwhile, in the kitchen. All right, breakfast! You receive a breakfast burrito. GM totally forgot what Drion ordered. Eggs.
Yeah.
I was like, "Ah!" She sets you down a plate of scrambled eggs. They are not overcooked, and actually look surprisingly well done.
Brianna just begins digging in.
Tugum, did you order breakfast?
I did. I wanted eggs.
All right. How do you like your eggs prepared, sir?
Scrambled.
And again, a plate of rather moist scrambled eggs in front of you.
Azrael just hands a mostly foam-filled cup to the chef as she walks back
Oh.
and smiles.
She looks down at it, up at you, down at it, up at you. What? Who are you?
I'm Azrael.
She squints.
Who are you?
I'm the chef here. Oh, you're the new. Oh, yes, you're the new owners. She
Oh,
looks
no,
over the
that
counter.
would be him.
She peers
How you doing?
over the counter. Oh. Yes, he was right. You're small and green. Well,
It's me.
welcome, I suppose.
Hey,
She takes the cup
Drion.
back.
Eh?
Hey, Drion. And I pointed my eggs. They look like spit to you.
Brianna looks him over. I don't know, maybe. Just fucking eat them.
Tugum shrugs his shoulders and starts eating it.
The top-heavy kobold waddles back out and looks up at Azrael. Hey, what are you doing back here?
Oh, you stopped tending the bar. There were many thirsty people.
But did you? What? He looks at the plethora of glasses on the counter.
Oh yes, you have a lot of cleaning to do.
He climbs up on the counter and begins gathering the glasses. I don't get paid enough for that. God.
Oh yeah, about that.
What?
Hey, how much are we paying you?
He narrows his eyes at you. Well, I get paid a salary of 50 gold coins per week. He rolls deception.
Can I counter roll insight
You may attempt to.
and call him a liar?
He sounds confident. Perhaps he is a trained, experienced barkeep. By, well, his physique, you can tell at the very least. He works out. Oh, Azrael is full of shit. He doesn't get paid 50 gold a week.
But also, Azrael doesn't care.
Kozlo, is that a lot? What does a banana cost? $5? That's right, 50 gold.
Kazaleg looks him up and down.
Look, I'm gonna need somebody like taking care of this place while I'm not here.
Yep.
How'd you like to bump that up to 60 gold a week and you can be the new general manager at Kozlo's Den?
Cozy picks up the cup and begins washing it again, thinking. And the cup goes as he laboriously cleans it.
How about 65? And I'll make sure, no one gets, lost in the transition.
With a mouthful of eggs, I go to. Can I roll for intimidation?
You can with disadvantage because your mouth is full of eggs.
That's fine.
Oh, roll again.
Am I supposed to roll disadvantage?
That's correct. Oops. I will take it. Okay, so the 13. What do you wish to say, oh egg-laden one?
How about 58 and we don't break your legs, Koozie?
Oi! I'll have you know I've been running this joint for years. You
I'll
don't
have
get
you
to
know we've
sass
been
me
running
like
it
that,
for a day.
boy.
He points. It appears that Tugum, your intimidation check seems to have failed. And Cozy appears to now be a little bit agitated at you. And he slams the mug back down on the counter.
I'll have you know, we can all just walk out of here. And they'd be looting in the streets.
Oh, I don't think so. The first thing Coslow did was hire a bouncer, so
What?
probably not looting.
A bouncer? Oh!
Oh, our new friend Sunny.
Yeah,
Sunny
make
in the back.
sure he doesn't let anybody weird in here. You're not being weird, are you, Cozy?
Sunny waves. Hello. Cozy just face palms.
You made so... That guy's a bloody drunk.
Well, then who better to know who needs to get thrown out for being too drunk?
He got it.
Cozy waves his hand.
You'll learn who to serve and who not to serve in Maginox right quick.
He shakes his head.
Or I could pay you to do it, so how about that 60 gold a week to be the general manager?
Yeah, sounding pretty good right now. Fine. 60 gold.
He extends his hand for a handshake.
Jesus, everybody wants paid up front around here.
Coslow hands him 60 gold.
No, Kozlo. It's not.
He takes it, looks at it, shrugs, puts it in his pocket.
Drian looks at Kozlo. We gotta talk about some stuff.
Business as usual. Hey, what can I get you?
I'm
Cozy
good.
says.
We should be getting out of here.
Coslow hasn't touched his burrito yet, so he just looks at it and with weird goblin abilities unhinges his jaw and just shoves the whole thing down his throat.
Drian looks at Tugum and Azrael. Are you two ready?
Hey, where you guys going so quick? You
Called
all
work.
Use business owners. Now you don't have to do a thing.
He shrugs.
I spit the last bite of eggs back onto the plate and slide it towards him. I go, yeah, and that's why we're paying you to manage this place. Also, your chef sucks at making eggs.
He sighs.
Hey, the eggs are overcooked.
What? No, they're not. The barkeep has left you alone. Sunny continues to question the people of Coslow's Den.
Oh,
Do-
Coslow, you know what maybe we could do?
What's that?
we could help them form a labor union so that
What?
they can bargain for better salaries
Drian looks at Azrael
collectively.
like her brain is broken. Why the fuck would you want to do that? Why?
I don't even like celery.
Oh my god, this truly is the chaotic evil campaign.
Drian just like is visibly disgusted. He's like, why do you want to give them more rights? Isn't the point just so we can pay them as little as possible to get them to do as much as possible?
Tugum looks at Drian. Why are you such a capitalist, man?
What? What is a cap full of what?
Azrael looks very confused, like they're calculating something in their brain.
What is one of the voices in Azrael's head Kotaku? Jesus.
I still don't understand why we're arguing about celery.
Yeah, why are we? Let's just go. Come on. The gang forms a labor union.
The gang forms a labor union.
The gang destroys capitalism.
All right,
Drian
where
is like one tweet away from being just absolutely canceled. Let's get out of here.
where is everybody headed to today? Are you
We are
all-
headed off to the Duke's house.
Wait, are we going to the Duke's house, or are we looking for your twin brother first?
The order in which we are supposed to do these things, to Drian's knowledge, is Duke first.
Well, Drian doesn't know what capitalism is, so Tugum questions the order of operations here.
Wait, okay, we're going to kill the Duke, right? That was the plan here?
Okay, Tugum, I'm okay with that, but if we happen to see your twin brother first, little stabby, murder.
I feel like what we were trying to do there, and he like leans in quietly. I don't know why the fuck we're doing this in this hallway. The point is to find him alone and without guards. If we find them in that situation, then fine.
But the vampire lady said that this is our town now.
Yeah,
Azrael.
yeah, beat it.
Azrael pokes their head up between like Tugum and Drian. And remember, nobody hurts the puppy.
Yeah, and if possible, we avoid hurting the dog.
Tugum's like, don't look at me, he's the cat guy. He isn't the one who doesn't like dogs.
He looks at Azrael. It's not wrong. I don't love dogs. Come on, let's go.
All right, one moment, please, and we will change scenes.
For the first time,
Come on. Come on, he's a cat. Come on.
Damn, how many entrances does this bar have?
All right, everybody. As you all make your way out of Kozlo's den and back to the main streets of Maginox, you walk through and you notice that the streets are a bit more crowded than usual, which is surprising for a Maginox morning. But you notice a lot of the activity seems to be coming from guards. And there seem to be more vigorous patrols out in the streets today, as groups of drow guards appear to be patrolling and questioning some people that walk by. Luckily, for now, you don't appear to gather their notice, as the GM turns down the music that was suddenly going bananas. You all make your way outside of Maginox and follow the lone path from where you were told the decaying laboratory was found. And you remember this path with relative ease. And it begins to snow. And the clouds and fog pick up.
Alright, so like we talked about, we're just gonna walk in, we're just gonna pretend like, hey, we're here to be friends, and then we're just gonna walk into his room and begin killing him. Like, we can do that, right? That's not too complicated.
Question:
Ah,
won't he be suspicious of us coming back for no reason?
no, we dropped off the stuff he asked us to drop off, and now we're coming back for work.
Just moving you slightly so I can center on you guys a little bit better. There you go.
Hey, and Drian gets closer to Tugum. And if he is suspicious, who fucking cares? We're here to kill him.
And it seems like a problem that's very resolvable with a little bit of murder.
With a little, well, like a sizable bit of murder. Yeah.
Eh.
Drian makes an investigation check.
Drian, you look around, and aside from the small accumulation of snow on the ground, things appear to be relatively quiet.
Yeah, well, I guess there's no more traps. Come on, let's go.
Tugan pulls out his bagpipes and starts playing bagpipes.
Coslow.
One
Yeah.
second. Hold on. I heard bagpipes, and thus I must bagpipes.
God fucking damn it, Tugum. Why?
Coslow, do you still have the ring I gave you?
The ring.
I don't remember a ring.
It was like several sessions ago.
Then yes.
You should put that on.
Kazo digs out the ring and puts it on.
And Azrael will cast Warding Bond.
One ring to rule them all.
Well, we know who is Azrael's favorite.
More that Coslow is very small and frail.
And also I gave him a tiny bagpipe.
All right, you create a warding bond between yourself and Coslow as his armor class goes up. And his saving throws and resistance to damage.
Yeah, you have +1 bonus to AC and saving throws. You have resistance to all damage, but I take the other half for you.
Drian, as you wander through the woods and seem to gain line of sight around the corner of certain trunks and branches, you notice over here human remains on the ground. Humanoid remains, excuse me. Tucked under a tree. Well, you didn't see it previously. You stop there, Drian. Make me a perception check. All right, Drian, you see the remains. Tugum, make me a perception check. One moment, please. Thing is still broken. Rip. 1 second. Okay. Drian, you don't see it, but Tugum, you see, laying low, prone on the ground, hidden under an accumulating pile of snow here. You see a large wolf. Perhaps... No, it's... Make me a nature check.
A nature check?
Yeah, make me a nature check. It could be a very large wolf. Either way, it seems to peer up at you through the bushes. With a very keen and unblinking stare. Drian does not seem to see it and continues moving towards the body he sees on the ground.
I put away my bagpipes and I pull out my war gong and I yell at Drian Mortal Kombat.
What the fuck are you on about?
There's a giant wolf thing over there.
Drian looks at where he is pointing. and notices it. Okay. Oh, all right. He looks back at Tugum. Stop hitting the fucking gong. No sudden movements.
Ah.
The warg
Hey, what's
bares
going on
its
over here?
teeth
I
at
heard a
you.
gong.
Drion is going to try and slowly approach the wolf with his hands raised, just straight Chris Pratt from Jurassic Park style. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. We're not here to hurt you.
Make me an animal handling check, please.
Hey,
Ooh. The warg continues to snarl with its ears pinned back. It does not lunge at you, however, but you notice its back leg seems to be caught in a steel bear trap.
All right. I think you can't move. I think we should. We're not going to make friends with this dog, Azrael. I think we just need to go inside. Drion takes a step back. Drion beckons to Tugum and Kozlo. Slowly.
yo, put it out of its misery. You can't just leave this thing here.
What? No. You want to kill the dog in front of Azrael?
Yeah.
Azrael just walks up to the dog.
Azrael.
Kneels down. Are you hurt?
Make me an animal handling check, please.
Animal handling.
Wow.
Man.
The warg's ears continue to be pinned back, but the growl seems to subside to a low rumble.
Let me help you. And they'll reach towards the trap.
It does not bite, but it growls loudly. Easily and slowly, you reach towards the trap, and it allows you to do so. And it warily looks between you and the rest of your group.
Using guidance in case there's anything to actually roll to disable this or to unhinge this trap.
A sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. Well, that's
If
technically
you wish to
better than athletics.
unhinge it, it would be sleight of hand. If you wish to muscle it open, it would be strength or athletics.
Nope, we'll sleight of hand with guidance, so...
All right, that is more than enough. And you are able to disarm the trap, allowing the two pieces to fall apart, freeing the warg's leg. It gets to its feet, shaking off the metal manacle. It is no longer growling at you, but it seems to be limping slightly. It looks at Drion and Tugum and bares its teeth.
Oh, don't mind them. And Azrael will cast Healing Word on the dog. Not a dog, but they don't know.
They don't know that. Excuse me, sir, are you a dog? All right. Roll to see how much you heal. You heal, woof, okay, you heal 8 hit points. And as the trap's wounds knit closed, the dog shakes itself and backs out slowly. It looks at the corpse and back to you, laying its ears flat.
Azrael turns and grabs the corpse and tosses it in front of them. Is this what you wanted?
Up. The warg grabs the corpse by the shoulder and begins pulling it backwards into the woods.
Have fun, friend.
I have no idea how we did not just get maimed by the wolf, but yeah, let's just go inside.
He's a dog whisperer, bro. Also, the dog was probably calmed by my work on the bagpipes.
Brad rolls an investigation check at the door.
All right. You remember where the door is. Outside of the door, that seems to be hidden within the trunk of this tree, and spiraling downwards, you see another corpse outside. It seems to be meticulously wrapped in cloth, but it is most certainly corpse-shaped. Unless somebody else is smuggling, corpse-shaped packages in the woods.
All right, come on, in we go.
Kaza looks over the corpse, mostly because he's curious if there's anything valuable on it.
It is wrapped up very tightly. If you wish to cut it open, you may do so.
Yeah, I'm feeling greedy today. Let's cut it open.
All right.
Are you ever not feeling greedy?
Kozlo, inside you find what appears to be a mummified corpse. Almost all of the fluids sucked out. Whatever this is, has been dead for a very long time, or at least looks to be so. And the skin kind of cracks and crumbles as you disturb the cloth around it. And as you rifle through the clothing, Kozlo, make me a perception check. You notice the clothing is in good condition in comparison to the rest of the body. And you also find some medals. They seem to denote some sort of rank or status. But all you seem to care about right now is that they have the glint of gold. You pocket 2 medals and 16 gold.
Could we bring the Duke's package in for him?
No, don't. Why are we messing with this?
All right, do you all descend back into the hidden laboratory?
Drian goes in. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, one moment, please. And we're going to switch scenes. There, help. You can hear my cat. Oh. Right, one moment, please, as I get a sufficient banger going. And I calm my screaming feline in the background.
Wow.
Where's Mao? Whoa.
Ooh, I like this banger.
Do you like that banger? Okay, we'll go with
No
it.
need to, and we'll be in the soundtrack.
All right,
Feel
give me
very,
1
this feels
second.
very Final Fantasy.
One moment, please.
Are you just having a fit? Oh, jeez, just an absolute conniption.
Some of your cousinry on.
All right, Drian, I get that, you're screaming outside my door, but jeez.
Wow.
Wow!
Come in. Drian would like to be both in and out of the dungeon.
You all descend back down the stairs to the decaying laboratory where you first met Duke Talus. And you notice that the walls are, still uncomfortably damp. This place is still not very, friendly. Tugum, as you are cruising back through the dungeon, you notice that in this room, as you open the door, the orb is back and appears to be lit. And you are not alone in this room, as a shambling undead seems to be weaving and bobbing its way through the pillars in the back of the room.
Brian gets in.
Azrael pulls out the eye that Kozlo gave to them.
Okay.
And just holds it kind of out, invisible, in case anything wants to get frisky.
The zombie looks at you as you pass.
Drian
of course.
sees this.
Drian?
Yeah.
What appears to be an apparition seems to sit in front of this door, almost entirely transparent. But you see that it is a vaguely feminine figure with long hair tied back in a ponytail.
Brian just tries to ignore it. Goes up to the door.
It wisps back through the door and back this way.
Was this the way to the Dukes?
I believe so. Is that the glowing door? Drian,
It is.
Drian.
Ah!
One moment. Come here.
Brian steps back.
You are going to be in the Duke's face, yes?
He looks around. Yeah, probably.
Okay, good. Take this. And Azrael holds out their hand, and like another spectral hand kind of comes out of that one and touches you. And you have protection from evil and good
Oh!
for the next 10 minutes. And Kozlo, don't forget, for an hour, you have everything else that you have from the warding bond.
What exactly is protection from good and evil? I think it's like anti-charm from like evil things.
So until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target's already charmed, blah blah blah, the target has advantage on saving throws to resist that effect.
Nice. Thanks. That's really helpful.
You're welcome.
Walks forward down the hall.
Tugan pulls out his bagpipes and starts playing a song.
Are you coming, Kozlo?
Drian actually does not seem bothered by the bagpipes.
Drian, as you approach, the door opens for you, and the ghostly apparition seems to beckon you inside. Everyone assembled, you walk into what appears to be a relatively busy room. The Duke is seated at his table and seems to be entertaining some guests. There seem to be some ghostly apparitions that are hovering and, sorry, one moment. There appear to be some ghostly apparitions that are hovering. I'm sorry, Drian, you are hissing again. Do you mind muting your mic?
Yeah.
I don't know what does that.
I figured it out. It's when my laptop starts like heating up. Not heating up, but like making noise. That's what you're hearing.
Oh, it's heating up!
From downtown.
From downtown. She's on fire. The assembled all do not seem to be surprised to see you, as they're all facing you as you enter. The Duke gestures almost impatiently for you to enter the room. Shut the door behind you. You didn't tell me you were expecting company. The hollow apparition of the woman says with an echo in her voice. The Duke frowns and sits back in his chair.
Do we recognize this person?
You have not seen this person before.
See, that kind of looked like the girl that was in the bar when we left, but different dress.
It is a different person.
Drion moves up forward and looks. He's like, well, we're back.
Very good. And did your ruse pay off?
Drion steps through the apparition, looking like mildly like he's trying to like dodge her. Yeah, surprisingly, Kozlo's little distraction worked, and Leon, well, the other Leonin bought it.
The ghost seems to murmur something. So rude.
Drion kind of shoots a look back, and through her looks back at the crew with kind of like a knowing look.
She stares at you, unblinking, scowling.
Drion turns back and looks to the Duke. You said there'd be more work after that was done, right?
I did, indeed. And tell me, was it sufficient enough to get any sort of inquiring minds off of your back?
Well, like I said, the Leonin bought it, and we had a little bit of a scrap, but that wasn't related to anything to do with you. And he looks up at the two, like, fleshy things behind the Duke. Got some new pets?
New? No. New to you? Perhaps. I was just speaking with Miss Umbralis here about recent developments. The ghostly apparition of the woman, with her hair flowing at her sides, still seems to be staring daggers at Drion's back.
Perhaps we shall reconvene another day.
The Duke's frown deepens. I wish you would reconsider and perhaps staying. Our business is most certainly very important, and the ghostly woman holds up a hand.
Your business seems to be pressing.
She floats backwards.
Another time, then.
The ghosts seem to float through everyone, and whoever they pass through, like Tugum, the goosebumps raise on your flesh as it feels like death has walked through you. And they don't even open the door, just merely float through it, as if it is a courtesy and not a necessity.
Drion looks back to the Duke as they leave. Yeah, some interesting company you keep.
The Duke frowns. I hope that was worth the interruption. He is grinding his teeth. You perhaps may have cost me a valuable ally.
What? It's a ghost, man. How kind of valuable ally are you gonna get out of a ghost?
Are you new here? He leans forward across the desk, snarling slightly. Those ghosts are just as much as Maginox's business as you or I. And for you to brush them off so callously, he shakes his head. You have a lot to learn about being in Maginox if you wish to survive any longer.
Yeah, sorry. Look, I don't mean to. I just thought, hey, they're ghosts. I was gonna come up here. But look, you're right. I'm sorry. Is that a name that I should be paying my respects to the next time I'm in Maginox?
The Duke seems to be barely suppressing his rage, his hands gripping the end of his wooden table. You see his fingernails making indentations in the wood. Her name. His irritation is obvious, but perhaps the extent of it not so much. That was Lena Umbralis, a name you would be wise to remember.
Right, Umbralis. Umbralis? Like, without a bra? And he, like, looks around the room. It's Umbralis?
Nope.
Tugum just yells, "Let me see them titties fart!"
The Duke shakes his head. No! It's one of the houses of Maginox, primarily composed of the, he says, corporally challenged.
You really can't just find everything in Magic. Well, got it. Lena Umbralis, and next time I see her, apologize.
Tugum whispers to Kaz and Azrael, "Ghosts of killer titties, am I right?"
God damn it.
Azrael just looks baffled. Looks to Kozlo.
Kozlo
Do you
just
understand what
shrugs.
they're saying?
Kozlo has no idea either.
So Dreon looks at the Duke. So where'd the dog go?
The Duke.
Tugum whispers to Azrael, now he cares about the dog.
The dog. He thinks, oh, you mean my corpse hound? I don't know, it's probably playing in the pit.
He throws back a thumb at Azrael. That one really took a liking to the dog and was hoping to see it again. Glad it's doing well.
How quaint. You hold some sort of liking for that pile of corpses, shaped like an animal.
Not me specifically, but, you know, them. Again, gestures back. So what are these things here? And he kind of, like, points one, like... He points two fingers in the direction of the giant things behind him.
He gestures. Oh, these things. Why, these are merely minotaur skeletons. Procured from the finest of dead minotaurs, he smiles wryly. Not a rare sight here in Maginox, minotaurs. They tend to gravitate towards, away from the mountains, distracted by the bright, shiny lights of the area.
Yeah, they're plenty imposing. And then he looks at the Duke. So, you got any work for us?
He leans forward. I do, but... He looks you up and down. I'm going to need that eye back.
He looks at Azrael. Did you have it, or was that on Kozlo?
No, Azrael has it. Azrael just stares at him.
Stares
Who?
at the Duke or Dreon?
To the Duke.
Okay.
Who taught you?
Taken aback, the Duke sits back in his chair. What?
Your knowledge about flesh crafting?
The
Who
Duke.
taught it to you?
The Duke huffs and crosses his arms across his chest. And what does that matter to you? I find it a craft that I've honed myself over time. My mere curiosity fueled by... He glances back over his shoulder at the Minotaur skeletons. Able-bodied work.
Well, that's a lie.
He glares sharply at you. How dare you?
Somebody taught you. At some point.
And why is this knowledge so important to you? He tilts his head at you. Some sort of personal vested interest.
I'm looking for someone. You're not them.
He regards you. I can find anyone, living or dead.
You already know this person. Have known this person. I don't need you to find them for me.
What do you mean?
You have a peculiar style. It's familiar to me. It's not the one I look for, but I think you learned it from them.
He stands up and takes a step back. He looks up at his minotaur and puts a hand on its leg and says nothing.
Drion, while his back is turned, is going to take a running start and go after him.
All right.
Aw.
Alright, so Drion is going to go over the rough terrain, like jump over the table, and basically come up behind him and swing a spear.
All right. One moment, please. As we get into banger mode.
Banger.
Drion really wanted to give you more time, but, you know, you don't get too many opportunities where your opponent's back is turned.
You know what? That's fine. If we get like a surprise round on him for this, I'll take it. That's fine.
I'm gonna need 1 second. How about... Yeah, that's a good one. All right. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative for me. Oops, why am I in private GM roll?
Why can I not roll for initiative? Am I thinking?
You have to click on the actual word initiative. The
Oh.
highlights.
Nice! A 1! But what's going on here?
I go last, right?
You definitely are going last.
Oh yeah.
Drion, as I believe you are probably the
Yeah.
only person aware of this surprise round, and no one else is aware of you hopping into combat, you are the only one who's going to be taking a surprise round this round. Drion, as Duke
Nice.
Talus, his back is turned, he does not expect the Leonin leaping across the table to implant his glaive in the back of his head. Take your turn.
Drion is going to jump over the table, and does he roll with any kind of advantage for being behind him and surprising him?
He does not. It'll be just a normal attack.
Okay, so Drion is going to roll a normal attack. He is going to roll maneuvers precision attack. That's going to be a D8. As I try to do this with not hissing on the microphone. Does a 16 hit?
16 hits.
Okay, gonna roll damage. And he is going to roll the bonus attack. That's not gonna hit. He is going to use Action Surge.
Yeah, unfortunately an 8 does not hit. You do hit him for the 10 slashing damage.
Okay, Action Surge. He is going to roll the glaive again. God, why can't I do cool things?
Why? Drion, you're tripping over the table.
Yeah, so the second attack goes wide, and Drion calls back to the rest of the group, "That was the signal!" And he's going to insight check. And that's the end of my turn in my life.
Gavin, please.
Oh my
This
God.
is without a doubt the worst surprise round ever.
I've never
I don't know, I'm pretty surprised.
Oh.
Because now
Bro.
they all just get to go. So we actually lost out on this surprise round.
You rolled, and I'm not shitting you, a 3 and 2 ones. I'm so sorry, Drion.
I also rolled a
sorry
one for
too.
initiative, so really it's 3 ones in like the last 4 rolls.
Ahem. start of the round 1, Duke Talus gets a bit of a glaive to the back and whirls on Drion, his hand reaching out to grasp the Leonin by the neck. How dare you!
Drion just grins.
He makes the roll to hit.
He's at disadvantage, assuming he's undead or any of the things from protection from good and evil.
He is undead, so he will roll with disadvantage, and I don't think it's going to get any worse than a 2. Drion, his grasp goes wide as you are protected from his grip by a unnatural force. The Duke even seems startled by this as well. And he will cast a cantrip. He will cast a... let's see. He will cast a Ray of Frost at Drion. Drion, does a 17 hit your armor class?
Still disadvantage.
Oh,
Still
I'm so
disadvantage.
sorry. You're absolutely correct.
Okay,
17?
yeah, 17 hits.
All right. Drion, you are hit for 17 cold damage, and your speed is reduced by 10.
Okay.
Freeze in your bones, he yells. Next up, the Minotaur skeleton rumbles to life. And takes a swing at Tugum. One moment, please. The Minotaur lowers its head and begins to charge. He moves at least 10 feet straight forward towards his target, lowering his head and attempting to gore Tugum.
Ah!
One moment, please. He is going to attempt the gore.
Sonny, no! Ugh.
Oh, I'm assuming it's 23 hits.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
I believe your armor class is relatively low, and you take 13 damage as the Minotaur's head slams into you, Tugum. Tugum, since the Minotaur skeleton moved 10 feet, you are slammed by his charge attack, and you take an additional 13 damage.
Oh, sweet, we're just getting one shot here.
Make me a strength saving throw, Tugum.
Strength.
Tugum, if you just look on the chat where the charge is, you can just click the saving throw DC 14 strength in the chat log, and it'll throw for you. It'll make the save for you. You don't have to look in your character sheet.
And I make it normal or disadvantage?
Just normal. You failed. Tugum, you are pushed back 10 feet, and you are knocked prone. Tugum, you go sliding across the ground and end up very hurt at Kozlo's feet. Kozlo, you're up.
Kozlo looks around and goes,
You guys, I wasn't ready!
So Kozlo would be like rummaging around in his pack, about ready to do basically anything else, but then sees Tugum like basically dead showing up at his feet. And so I will cast Cure Wounds on Tugum.
All right, let's see how much you heal. All right, Tugum, you regain 6 hit points.
Kozlo pulls like a little grenade out of his pack and just like smacks Tugum on the head with it, and for some reason that works.
Tugum, you feel better. However, you are still on the ground.
It hurts still.
Kozlo, does that end your round?
I guess it does. I will also, I would try to see how much Drion's attack has hurt the Duke.
All right, make me an insight check, please. All right, what you would like to know his hit points?
Yes.
All right, very good. There you are.
Off to a great start here, guys.
Yeah, may I just out of character offer a hearty Lamau?
Kozlo, does that end your round?
Yes.
All right. Next up, the Minotaur skeleton next to the Duke rattles to life and stomps forward. Azrael or Drion? Azrael, you're going to be evens. Drion, you will be odds. Azrael? One moment, please. The Minotaur skeleton lifts up its great axe and brings it down upon your head. Jesus.
Jesus Christ, Christina.
Look, Christina, if you didn't want us to play tonight, you could have just said so.
Yeah, I'm like pretty sure this is how we died, and I'm okay with that.
I mean, yeah, that hits. Unless this stupid fucking eye does anything that Azrael's holding.
I'm sorry.
Azrael's
my
dead.
God.
Azrael's
God.
actually dead.
Azrael, you go down.
No, like Azrael's dead
Yes.
because you did over her health in her maximum health.
Azrael goes down.
Fuck.
Well,
Drion.
Drew, good luck with the house.
See you guys.
Drion, you're up.
Drion watches this, just mouth agape, and he is going to swing again at the Duke.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Drion, your protection from evil and good goes down.
Sure.
22 hits.
All right, Drion's gonna roll menacing attack. Trying to target. Okay, yep. So how do we roll frightened here? It's a wisdom saving throw. And target must make a wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw of 13. Okay, so I'm gonna add the damage, and then you roll the save, Christina. DC 13 wisdom.
Okay. It succeeds.
Great. I think that is going to be that's going to be 12 damage.
Okay. You slash at the Duke with your glaive as you hear just the sound of breaking steel as the Minotaur skeleton great axe impales itself on Azrael's body.
Drion looks over at Azrael. Azrael! Drion, meanwhile, still thinks he has protection from good and evil. Yeah, he's gonna roll an insight check. He rolls actually the insight check on Azrael.
Okay. What would you like to know?
Does Azrael look like Azrael can like get up?
Azrael looks very dead.
Azrael's literally cut in half.
How much HP did you have?
Not 44.
All right, that's gonna end Drion's turn. We just swing glaives here, you know. We don't bring people back from the dead.
Asriel, you are dead. Tugum, you're prone.
I guess I have to stand up first, right?
You do. That takes half your movement.
Okay. I can't, like... I can't cast Relentless Endurance on Azrael, can I?
Asriel's dead.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on Dreon.
Go ahead. Tugum, how sad is your song over the fallen corpse of your comrade?
Is it a move if I do one sad bagpipe blow for Azrael?
You can absolutely do a sad bagpipe blow for Asriel.
Alright.
It's maybe not the particular brand of sadness that.
Alrighty, I guess I'm gonna cast Psych. Oh, I can't do that, right? I can't do Psychic Blades also, because I have Bardic Inspiration. I'm going to... Oh, Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action. Okay. I would like to... shoot at this bottom Minotaur with my crossbow, I guess.
Okay.
Do I want to attack or damn attack? Right?
All right, make me an attack roll. 15 hits. All right, and you managed to chip off a little bit of bone.
Can I insight check to see his HP as well?
Absolutely. You can know two things. What would you like to know?
I don't know. Help me out here. What do I want to know? Any suggestions,
friends?
Dreon?
It couldn't hurt to lok for an HP bar. I don't. Weaknesses, vulnerabilities. You can look at. You can ask if it has any vulnerabilities.
Any vulnerabilities? There you go.
It is vulnerable to bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And then I guess I cast Vicious Mockery at it, right? Or no, I can't do that. Cantrip. I can do cantrip, right?
You cannot. Your action was to shoot your hand crossbow.
Okay. That's fine. All right, then I end my turn.
All right. Top of the round. Round 2. Asriel, you remain a broken and crumpled lump on the floor.
We get to see the HP of the top one, right? Because I got two things you said.
You do. The top one?
Yeah.
One moment.
Oh no, sorry, the bottom one. The bottom one's the one that attacked. Oh, sorry.
All right.
Whichever one I attacked, I don't remember.
I believe it was the bottom one. There we go, because he is missing a little bit of hit points. You all notice that the apparitions seem to be coming back through the walls. One of them scoots on over to Asriel's lifeless body and seems to scoop it up and disappears. Kozlo, a ghost approaches you, and in a whispered voice, echoing, it whispers in your ear. Let me help you, little one. You stand no chance against the Duke.
Yeah, I can see that.
And he's just like, "Yep, take me away."
Seriously, on my turn, I was going to run through the door.
What was the movie? I forget. It's an '80s movie where the sailor carries the woman out the door. That's what the ghost does to Kozlo.
Do not resist. As the ghost enters your body, Kozlo, do you resist? She is
How
trying to
does it
possess
feel?
you. It feels like Another memory is pressing up against your brain, trying to make its way in, but you can't access their memories. Like your brain is half full and cloudy, and there's another voice in your head trying to make sense of everything. In your body, you start to float weightlessly in your own mind as you lose control of your limbs.
Okay, yeah, Kazuo doesn't resist at all. He's like,
This is friggin' cool!
Let your mind go blank.
it gets blanker than it normally is.
Umbrellas! How dare you! These minions have encroached on my territory. Do you want war?
How rude, Duke Talus. One of the Minotaur skeletons charges forward, attempting to step on Tugum, and another ghost wisps forward.
Holy shit, save me too!
And she possesses your body. Tugum, you feel your consciousness drift away from your body as you become merely a resident, a host in a bag of flesh. And as the hoof comes down upon your face, what you expect to hear is the sound of your own skull being crushed from far away. But all you hear is a reverberating stomp as the hoof passes through your now transparent body. The last Minotaur skeleton, and the Duke turns to Dreon, the Duke pulling a rapier from his side.
I'll not have you leave here alive today, Dreon.
And one of the ghosts begins to swiftly move forward. She places herself in between the Duke's strike and you. And the sword seems to get stuck almost in midair as it is slowed down by getting kind of impaling through her body. It's almost like as if he's slicing through thick jello. She keeps the sword in place and grimaces at Dreon.
He's so rude, isn't he?
The ghost smiles.
Dreon, tries to force a grin. Yeah! What a rude guy!
She holds out a hand towards you.
Let's depart this place.
Dreon just mutters under his breath, beggars can't be choosers, and then takes her hand.
All right. The ghost possesses you. And again, you feel your mind and your body. You're now merely a memory card in a console. Oh no.
God, please be a PlayStation.
Dreamcast. Why wouldn't you go for Dreamcast?
Yeah, Skies
Listen.
of Arcadia, Soul Edge.
I find, really
Plus
we should
those
all...
memory cards were like little Tamagotchi things.
Okay, fine, a Sega
I like to
Saturn, how's
imagine
that?
more of like an N64 Rumble Pack.
Sure.
The last thing you all see before the specters that are possessing you take you to the ethereal realm is Lena, or who you know now to be Lena, making a rude face at Duke Talus and giving him, the finger. I'm just doing this to spite you at this point. And you all disappear, transported into the ethereal. One moment, please. I am going to need to change scenes. Here we will take a quick 5-minute break. Go potty, grab a drink, and we will see what awaits you in the ethereal realm. Sounds good?
Yep, be right back.
In the meantime, I'm going to put on some idle bangers. Welcome back. Can I get an AFK check? Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, everybody. Get comfy, because you're about to enter the realm ethereal. One moment, please. You all appear to be transported to a place not of this realm. In fact, you're not even sure it's of this plane. Your spiritual bodies appear to be hovering above a central dais that appears to be connected to a set of stairs. Perhaps out of mere convenience for you. Azrael's unfortunate lifeless body is still rather lifeless, but floats ahead of the group, seemingly on its own. Not to be macabre, it just seems to be levitating under the careful watch of this semi-transparent specter, who seems to be gesturing towards Azrael's body with an almost meticulous care. She looks at the assembled and gestures rather quickly for you all to follow her. Come, we must see to your friend. Mind you, don't fall into anything that looks particularly strange. You are merely...
Oswald starts walking very slowly because everything looks strange.
The ghost waves at you as you go by. Hello.
Where's Sunny? We need him to kick out all the weird stuff.
Lena seems to gesture Azrael's body to this glowing portal at the top of the stairs. She looks at you all. Well now, I'm sure you have a significant amount of questions, but let me start you with this. 1, that was unwise. 2, welcome to the realm ethereal. The realm of Maginox is once dead, now a realm to those who live between. Those reborn by Arctis's magics. Not to bore you with history, she points, as we have more pressing matters, but luckily, your friend is rather an interesting case. In fact, she turns and looks down. There's a ghost down here that appears to look a little lost. And she gestures. Come, come, come. Yes, it's all right. I know you're confused. But I assure you, this isn't the first time you've done this. This is just a little different. That's all.
As the ghost walks past, it's definitely 13 other ghosts in a trench coat.
Oh shit, like the movie 13 Ghosts, I'm out of here.
Don't worry. She laughs. You're a breaker. Just like most of us here. Go on. She gestures Azrael's soul back into her body. Azrael. The 14 of you Is that correct? Is that the current number of personalities in your body?
No, there's only 13.
Oh, 13.
Plus Azrael. Azrael's not a soul.
The amalgamation of souls that is Azrael reconnects with the body, the current husk of Azrael. And the two begin to make an almost beautiful harmonic sound that echoes throughout this realm ethereal. It's almost like a tuning fork, like a perfect pitch. It is music to a bard's ears. And as the ghost and Azrael once again become one, Azrael, you open your eyes. And luckily, another personality hasn't joined you for this trip around the moon again. But it seems like death has found you once more.
Oh dear.
Lena kneels down next to you as the two halves of your body are neatly knitting themselves back together with a combination of what appears to be undead ichor and luminous purple magic.
Azrael pushes one half of her face, or their face, up to the other half of their face and, stares at the group.
Not that I'm not grateful. I am. What the fuck is going on?
Lena laughs.
Tukum's like, we got saved because you jumped the Duke, and now Azrael's alive. I don't need any more questions answered personally.
This whole place, bagpipe playing, insult throwing, titty discussing orc, this whole place just makes sense to you, right? And Drion's just gesturing wildly.
No,
Azrael...
it doesn't make sense, but it's what happened, so it's reality.
Azrael blinks, but the eyes blink at different times because the head is still bisected.
Lena kind of carefully walks behind you and holds the sides of your head together as they knit back. Oh, here, let me help, else they'll reattach crooked.
Are we good to walk into the circle, or should we stay out here?
Oh, it won't do anything to you. You can come on in. The water's fine.
Kazo barges past everyone.
Me next, me next, me next!
Kazo, the ghost that is currently possessing you, but allowing you to have free reign of your corporeal, ethereal, you're not quite sure the state of your body, but as you enter the circle, as everyone enters the circle, you feel kind of a joyous, sigh of relief, as if you were slipping into a hot tub after a long day of being in the cold. The ghosts seem to enjoy it.
Drion looks down at Azrael. So, kind of stupid question, but how you doing?
Oh. Well. Fine, I guess.
I'll give you a moment to reconvene. Lena
Away the one.
walks along this palisade.
So, Azrael, I don't know if you can feel headaches, but how's that head feel, buddy?
Well, as their hair, the top of their head reknits together, I think I have a new hairline.
Let me know if you need a perm guy. I got a great guy.
Yeah, they struggle with their already kind of streaky hair a little bit to try and get the new part right, but it's slightly off center.
All right, so I understand this is not really the best time, but just quick thoughts here. Were we sent, we think, by Vicadus to our deaths? I don't know about you all, but I do not feel like we were equipped to take that fight.
I mean, maybe. We could have considered an alternate strategy at the moment that we walked in and there was 2 giant Minotaur things.
He's right. We didn't have to attack, but somebody wanted to jump across the desk.
That was what
As-
we agreed upon, though. We talked about this. We were going to go in and we were going to fight.
Yeah, we also agreed that we weren't gonna kill that guy, and then we came back and tried to kill that guy. Since when does this agreeing on anything mean anything?
Azrael holds up the. Does Azrael still have the eye?
You do.
That they were gripping.
You do.
Well, I thought if the puppy was there, I would use this so we could fight the Duke alone. I suppose it would have worked against his other creatures.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't really think we had much of a plan aside from what we had talked about before, which was we were going to go in and we were going to kill the Duke. I waited until the ghosts were gone. I saw him turn his back. I figured, hey, we could take him out right then and there. But look, it didn't work. I mostly want to iron out if we think Vicadus tried to betray us.
Well, they did give us a whole bar for
I
no
think-
reason.
I think we need to consider your battle strategies.
Dreon just grunts.
It's just like an expression washes across Kozlo's face as though this is the first time this thought has even occurred to him.
Wait, you think? You think she gave us the bar as like a distraction? Wait, do we even own a bar?
Right, like if we go back, are we just going to get ambushed? But then why wouldn't she do it before? None of this makes sense.
If she wanted us dead at the bar, we'd already be dead. She wouldn't have sent us to die.
Or she woefully overestimated our capabilities.
Hey, nobody overestimates our capabilities. We're very strong.
Except us.
Okay, yes, with that.
Kozlo makes weird goblin noises for a minute.
Weird goblin noises intensifies.
I'm the scat man.
Alright, well, I guess we just wait on this for a while and figure out where we are now. Lena Borealis
Lena
took us
turns and looks
here.
at you. Hello.
Why
Hi,
did she help us?
you were already in pieces by this point, but I think she had some beef with the Duke, right? And he looks over in Lena's direction.
Lena, he's obnoxious, doing things he shouldn't be doing, and is kind of a dick.
Yeah,
Damn right.
that's all true. Hard to argue those facts.
That sounds like kind of sounds like us.
Well, yes, you were quite rude, and I should let you know that it is common courtesy to walk around spirits in Maginox, and perhaps not through them so callously.
Dreon gets in front of Lena and actually falls to one knee. Well, I am so incredibly sorry for being rude, and thank you for saving my friends and I. Thank you for saving Azrael's life.
She looks down at you, and she kneels down next to you and takes your hand. You don't need to thank me so profusely. Although, on the other hand, I didn't do it entirely out of kindness. She
stands up.
also stands up. I am interested in learning what you know of Duke Talus, and how you got embroiled in all of, she gestures, this. Was it merely for coin?
Maybe it was for me. Honestly, I don't. Maybe they'll have more
yeah.
interesting stories.
Straight cash, homie.
Well, I can understand the desire of adventurers. But this one, she points at Azrael. I knew from the moment I saw you And you were a kindred spirit of sorts. And that Duke Talus was not going to answer the questions that you were posing to him. Although, you are right. I do believe you two potentially share a common teacher.
Oh, I don't have a teacher. I have a creator, perhaps.
Perhaps I used the wrong word. He nods.
I'm not even sure creator is the right word. I think
Most
I'm
of
more
us
of a
call 'em
mistake.
parents.
Oh, no, I don't have parents like that, Coslo.
Everybody's got parents.
Not in this realm or life, Coslo.
Wait, so who's your mom dead?
Well, my mother, at least whom originally birthed me in a mortal body, is long dead.
Oh, sorry for your loss.
Yes, time does that. However, Arctis has chosen me to live again and explore this world with eyes unclouded. You see, we, the Umbralis, are the Geistborn, those that have died, and our spirits resurrected in order to live out a new life, a new experience, here in the realm ethereal. She looks around. A long time ago, there was a great tragedy, one that created a great uprising of undead. However, these undead were sentient and confused, wakened from a long rest and shoved back into rotting bodies and spectral guises. And those that still walked the fine line between the physical realm and the spiritual, the Geistborn, we have created a house in Maginox. And united, we wish to ensure that those who walk the line between spiritual and physical are able to get the most out of their new chance at life. She looks down at the ghosts milling about below. Each one of these specters you see below have long been dead. And some of them are merely starting to get a grasp on this new life that Arctis has given them. Well, they have sentience, a will of their own, and they are free to do what they wish. And souls like Azrael's, she points over at Azrael, tend to come back often. Sometimes in the same body, sometimes in a different one. But all that come back get a new chance. And this world, she laughs, is much different than the one you are all used to. But I fear it is not for you. Not yet, she laughs. She looks down. Some of the ghosts are very confused when they are freshly revived. And we help guide them and help them learn how to traverse the realm ethereal and what you know as Arctis. And they are able to pursue happinesses, have experiences, adventures, a new chance. And that is the essence of Maginox. Being united, collaboration, and free will.
It seemed a lot like gambling and making money and keeping people in town to drink blood. At least that's kind of all what that Vicatus woman suggested.
The vampires have decided to use Maginox to their own ends, turning the idealist city of free will and collaboration into a decadent house where they can indulge their vices. And they constantly skirt the lines of the rule of law, of what King Lucari Polaris decreed long ago.
Coslow, you feel like a little tug on your shirt.
Huh? What?
You look down and you see like a little spectral kid looking up at you, like hands in like over his mouth. Like does like a little wave.
Hi there. Little one, it's probably the same size as me.
My name's Timmy. What's yours?
Coslow Greenfinger, at your service.
He like puffs up his chest a little bit.
Oh. Timmy kind of dances, and then like out of nowhere, another ghost comes lunging for you, screaming, "Don't you fucking touch him! You get away!"
Oh.
Ah!
They stop at the edge of whatever this glowing circle is.
Oh dear.
That's don't mind her. That's Avery. She's very angry all the time.
I don't think I like Avery very much.
Oh, you haven't met Tanner yet.
Kozlo just kind of hangs out at the edge of the circle now.
She just like the movie 13 Ghosts, like on the other side of the glass, just like she just sits there and just like fucking stalks the other side like a wolf.
Lena turns to you. I'm afraid you've gotten yourself embroiled in some very interesting conflict. You see, the vampires, not want for coin, are going to do everything in their power to either manipulate you to stay in Maginox or to manipulate you out of your blood. You mentioned the Vicatus house, yes?
Yeah, what was Catherine Vicatus, was it? He like looks at Tugum. You remember?
Callista?
Callista.
Yeah, Callista Vicatus, that's what it was. I'm not much for names.
Oh, yes. Well, seems Callista now has a few new pets in her entourage. She rubs her chin. Callista and Duke Talus.
Sitting in a tree. Oh, sorry.
Recently, there was a bit of an uprising, and a vampiric house lost some of its recent acquisitions and power, namely the vampiric house Styx. And this den you currently own, Coslow's or Cozy's Den, whatever it's currently called, was a part of the Styx acquisition. And if she gave you this house or this club for some reason, most assuredly to manipulate you into doing something or some sort of feigned loyalty, either she sees you as a potential threat or just something to throw out with the trash. If she sent you after Duke Talus, possibly the latter.
So Drian stops and is like thinking about it. All right, so you send us over there, get us in front of the guards. Like, I guess Yeah, get us killed out in front of the... Yeah, not in front of the guards, outside the city. Nah, it makes sense.
Frankly, I don't even know if you actually own that club. Drugs. But either way, it's going to be a very interesting surprise once you get back to the den. And you're all still alive.
Yeah, actually, why would we go back?
Because we're gonna burn the friggin' place down!
Tugum points at Coslow in agreement. Absolutely.
Oh dear, well, you most certainly might create an even larger problem for yourself, but by all means.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why I would go back to Maginox now. I don't... You know, there's people there who think they know my past. There's a woman who tried to send me to my death. It maybe seems like it might just be time to move on. There are other cities in the world.
You know what, Dreon? This may not be the perfect place, but I feel it's important to ask, what is the deal with your past and that guy? I want answers.
Fuck off, I'm not telling you shit.
Lena laughs. Now, Andrian, it all depends. What do you want in your existence?
He takes the platinum piece.
Do you
out
want
of the little satchel. He like rubs it together. This.
comforts? Creature comforts.
No, enough coin to go back home, but listen, coin, that's what it means.
Well, why not play the game then? She smiles. Why not beat the vampires at their own game? Play along. See what you can learn. Do their little deeds. And eventually, she shrugs, give them their just desserts. These sorts of things take time, which unfortunately for you, as mortals, don't have a lot of. Except for Asriel. Not quite sure how long they have, but it's probably a long time.
It takes time, connections, a force of trustworthy individuals who you know will follow orders.
A lot of explosives!
Yeah, that too.
She laughs.
Honestly, this place doesn't seem that bad. If we die, we end up here.
Oh, Lena lifts her eyebrows. Oh, that's not a guarantee. Oh no. Only certain souls are returned from Arctis.
Is my soul one of them?
Well, I don't know. She peers at you. Have you died recently?
No. I'm fresh.
Well, if you want to find out, she pulls out a knife. Take the 50-50?
Oh, 50-50.
Is
I
that
mean, you either die or you don't.
Is that the actual odds?
Oh, no. The knife disappears. It was just an illusion. Oh, no. Not all souls come back from Arctis's perpetual cycle.
Sorry, I don't mean to ping. I just hold my button down too much as a habit.
Well, now you've all gotten yourselves into a pickle. If your next plan is to burn everything down, you're probably going to find yourself quickly captured by drow guards and thrown into the darkest, dankest cave Maginox can give you. If you want coin, fame, power, you could potentially ally yourselves with one of the powerful Maginox houses, do their dirty work for them, and survive long enough to accumulate enough coin to live a life of luxury in Maginox. That is not a terrible desire, Drion.
That
And
seems
if-
to be what we just did. Is it not?
Yeah, that plan didn't work out too good the first time.
I wasn't gonna say anything. She's trying to help us.
She laughs. I have a bit of a vested interest in Asriel over there. You all just happen to be also incredibly interesting.
Well, thus far, you have not sent us to our death, and in fact have actually brought one of us back from the dead. So yeah, sure. What do you recommend? I'm a bit at wit's end here.
I didn't bring Asriel back from the dead. She looks at Asriel. I merely pointed out where Azrael belongs. Sometimes it gets a little bit lost in the noise. She turns back after saying weird cryptic shit. Well, what is it you desire, Drion? And perhaps we can get you on the right track. And
Yeah,
perhaps...
fine. Yeah, money. Coin.
Easy.
Great. Good. Do we go back? He's like clearly just thinking aloud. Do we go back to Cozy's? I don't know.
Kozlos.
Kozlo's? Do we go back? Are we just gonna get murdered?
Like I said, it depends on how you want to play the game. Ally yourselves with the vampires, perhaps? They would certainly use you and abuse you until your very last drop of blood is spent. I'm sure someday you would become rich in the process. And for the 10 years you would enjoy your coin and life of luxury. Once you die, they will repurpose your corpse, possibly for additional labor, and regain all your coin. They do this very often.
Yeah, I'm not good with that.
So what's behind door number 2?
She chuckles. Well, that's the problem with adventurers. You all live for coin and a life of luxury. That is probably the eventuality you can expect, she says. Or perhaps you can walk a road less traveled. She looks down at all the ghosts milling about below. And you can work for me.
Yeah, that's fine. That is clearly the only good option right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sick of working for vampires.
She laughs. I assure you one thing. I, as a true umbrellas, have no desire to strip you of your free will. However, I will be sending a little something with you, in order for us to keep in contact. I'm sure you haven't mastered the art of becoming ethereal and crossing between the fabrics of reality yet.
Nah,
So
still
make a
working on that
grenade.
one.
And so I will send with you a little friend. A guiding light, perhaps. She puts her fingers to her spectral lips and blows. Tweet. And a little ball of ghostly light appears. You'll take, well, I suppose you can call it Wispy. You can take Wispy with you on your adventures. And if you have any questions or concerns, just ask Wispy. She pats the ball of light and it bobs bobbily.
Right, Wispy. Yeah, this feels like something Azrael's gonna love.
I have a lot of those already.
Well,
They're very loud.
Oh,
Could
what's
you
Should
one
just be
more?
loud.
This one won't talk much.
Oh. That's fine, I suppose. It's not a puppy, though.
No. Now, let me be even with you. The vampires of Maginox, frankly, have been getting under my, I would say skin, but I feel like that's in poor taste. They've been rather annoying lately, and they've been living their lives of luxury for far too long, and breaking a lot of the rules of Maginox. Namely, a lot of the laws about free will. And those vampires that wish to defy it by raising undead into their own servitude, such as Duke Talus. will need to be put to death. However, I believe you all have experienced the brunt end of Duke Talus's bodyguards, and so we might have to take a more careful approach, rather than facing him head on. We do know where his lair is, and with a little bit of help, perhaps we can get you ready to take on the Duke.
You mentioned another vampire house had been destroyed. Styx, was it?
Yes, the Styx house. Recently, their home has been raided and put to the torch. The Styx family was known for their animation properties, animating weapons and armor, in servitude for Maginox, and in reality, sending animated weapons to greedy buyers, and then the weapons would eventually turn on their masters.
Maybe we should find whoever did that.
She shakes her head. I don't want to get too embroiled in the Styx battle right now. There's a lot of eyes on it. And while the Styxes and the Vicadans are quarreling, we can actually get some real work done.
Well, it sounds like somebody knows how to murder vampires. That's all I was saying.
She nods. And that is going to garner a lot of attention. We'll play perhaps a more subtle and direct route.
Y'all gotta level up first.
We'll make
We go
sure.
get some boars. Are there any boars in Maginox?
First off, we understand that Duke Talus had a bit of a relic in his possession that allowed him to control his flavor of reborn. She looks at Azrael.
The zomberries taste like zomberries.
Oh yes, Kozlo found this.
Yeah.
You should hang on to that. That is the Duke's eye, his actual eye. And in fact, it holds the power to control his flavor of undead. Needless to say, this type of necromancy is strictly forbidden in Maginox, as the removal of free will is strictly forbidden. For one, keep it out of Duke Talus's hands. But two, I wouldn't go around using it all willy-nilly.
Well, I had planned to use it against his bodyguards before I was so rudely bisected.
And I'm sure that would have worked to great success. Anything that he's created, you're going to have a very pointed control over. And that'll give us the upper hand. However, we should probably keep an eye on who he's making these undead deals with, who's digging up these bodies, and who's fueling his experiments.
Oh, maybe we could go ask the puppy.
I feel like that's gonna be a tough one.
Unless you can communicate directly with the combined souls of 1,000 tortured beings. She
Oh, no,
looks
no,
at-
no, the other puppy. The puppy that took one of the bodies outside.
She thinks. What do you propose, Azrael?
Oh, it was very obvious that the puppy had come to eat the corpses and had been there for some time. They were trapped.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they saw something.
Oh, yes. Perhaps. Other than that, It was my intent to serve the Duke with a very strict reminder that his dealings in Maginox are strictly forbidden, and to turn himself in. The Duke was not particularly happy to hear this from me, and I feel that if you had come any later, you had probably would have encroached on a battle yourself.
Who would
You
have won
seemed to
that
think it was
battle?
going a very different direction.
She shrugs. It happens as it happens. And I've gleaned some new and very interesting information in the meantime from yourself. And we can all gather together and say, these vampires are obnoxious and they should probably stop exploiting people to the extent that they are.
Pazzo just nods like as enthusiastically as possible.
Oh, we could form a union.
Drian looks like he's going to say something and then shuts up.
I would form anything that could potentially keep your fleshy bodies from being rent in twain.
A fleshy labor union.
Yes, very fleshy labor union. Whatever keeps you hale and whole. She turns around and looks back.
Sees
What-
the means of blood production and all that.
Yes. There are many avenues in which to annoy the current vampire status quo in Maginox. You see, as you probably know, the vampires love tourism because it brings blood, and they get to feed easily. It's like the food comes to them. They don't even need to hunt. And they go fat and lazy and complacent. We don't want Maginox to appear as an unsafe city for visitors. Maginox is built on collaboration, after all, but the vampires have taken more than their fair share. And I propose we hit him where it hurts.
In the dick.
Right in the daddy bags!
Right in the father bags. She laughs. But yes, once we start taking away their creature comforts and they realize that perhaps their house doesn't get to make all of the rules in Maginox. Maginox is made up of not just vampires, but those that all wish to collaborate under the moonlight. She smiles. What say you? An alliance?
Yeah, I think given present options, it's probably the best course of action, and we do owe you.
She shakes her head. I'll remind you, you owe me nothing. I am just a guide, pointing the soul back to the, well, I'd say body, but chosen host is probably a better word for it.
Yeah, but to be clear, you didn't have to do that, so you did, and I appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate your up-forward candor. Now, what say we destabilize the vampires in the region and annoy the shit out of them?
Yeah!
Yeah, that sounds good.
Very well. First off, there has been a lot of spectral disturbances outside of Maginox, a particular cemetery, generally there to host Maginox's fallen heroes, has been the subject of some despoiling recently, and not just your typical grave robbers. I would like you to go investigate and make sure that the dead are properly resting. Does that sound sufficient? And in return, I'll make sure you have sufficient creature comforts on the physical plane.
Yeah, I think we'll need a little bit of time to get Azrael back up and moving, but yeah, after that.
From here on out, my dear friends, you are going to be hidden under the guise of the realm ethereal. And I hope that you use the obfuscation of the polar night to your advantage. Remember, the vampires will do everything they can to manipulate you. But you can play their game with the understanding that you are going to gain knowledge and experience in order to eventually put a stop to their illegal machinations.
Dreon nods.
Consider yourselves wards of House Umbralis, then. And I hope to see you later, not sooner.
Dreon snickers.
Do you all wish to return back to your plane? As nice as it's been having the physical visiting the realm ethereal, I fear that spending too long here may be confusing for the fleshy mind.
Yeah, where would you drop us off exactly?
Where do you wish? My dearest friends will take your physical forms back, possessing you, and drop you off where you wish.
Do we
Dreon
want
looks
to
around
go
and-
back to our bar? If we're to play the vampires games?
And I suggest making friends and powerful allies where you can. Send them to do your dirty work, and you focus on the bigger picture. We'll destabilize the vampires, and together we'll bring additional order back to Maginox.
Oh, what better way to make friends than with free beer?
You do have that. And Maginox, remember, is a place of creature comforts.
Dreon looks at Lena. Do you think if we go back there, Catalina Vicadis is just going to kill us? Am I being overly paranoid again?
Will she kill you out in the open? No, hardly. Will she kill you while you sleep, perhaps? Or slowly drive you mad in your dreams? Yes. But outright murder? Blood on her hands? Absolutely not. Are you all going to have to sleep with one eye open from here on out? Yes.
Hey, well, I guess back to Maginox it is.
She chuckles. I'm sorry that's not as comforting as you like, but... well, a little bit of danger always costs a little bit, right? He grins.
Yeah, just wouldn't be Dreon's fucking life if it was easy, so that's
Nothing's really ever easy.
This graveyard you mentioned, will you tell us where to go when we're ready?
She points at the will-o-wisp. Merely just follow your wisp, friend, and they will guide you to the cemetery. Make sure everything is at ease. And if there's anything untoward, such as the dead shambling about and whatnot, please put them to rest. And any other sort of curiosities you see, bring them back. She nods. I have particular interest in anything that looks demonic. She looks at Azrael, and will have to immediately and utterly be destroyed.
Oh, okay. I don't know why she looked at me when she said that.
She's still looking at you very
I
pointedly.
mean, you can't see yourself, but I mean, it's not that weird to the rest of us.
Oh, Do I? Oh.
Maybe she just doesn't like dogs.
Oh.
And once we figure out what is digging up all of these things to fuel Duke Talus's plans, we'll go from there.
All right. Wisp, he kind of reaches out to try to like tap it. Is this thing on?
The wisp bobs bobbily.
All right, take us back to Maginox. Come on now.
All right, the wisp begins to like dance in the air around your heads, and Lena kind of laughs. Well, I don't know why the wisp is doing that, but I'll send you back to Maginox. And close your eyes. It tends to be very disorienting.
Drian closes his eyes.
Whoa! And you all are going to be shot back into Maginox. One moment, please.
It was all a dream. And you were there, and you were there.
And you were there, and you were there. One moment, please. All right, and the familiar music of Kozlov's Den fills your ears as you are all shunted back through the ethereal stream of life. As your physical bodies are propelled by the ghost inside you, possessing you.
Did you just say the ghost inside?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And the ghost materializes you back in front of Kozlov's Den. Azrael, you are not feeling great, but you are alive. The wisp kind of enters your body, Azrael, and finds a very comforting home in the back of your skull.
Oh no.
All you hear is kind of a tinkling of bells as its presence is known.
So, Drian, Tugum, Kozlo, how many people do we work for now? It feels like a lot.
Over 9,000.
I think the real question is how many people do we work for that we actually work for that aren't actually just trying to kill us?
It's just contract work. You gotta work a lot of different employers.
Oh, so this is normal then. I'll take that as
Well.
Hold on, let's work our way backwards here. We worked for the Duke, but not for him anymore.
Uh-huh.
No, sorry. We worked for Drion's brother, but not for him anymore. Then we worked for the Duke, but not for him anymore. Then we worked for Callista, but sort of halvesies, not quite anymore. And then now we work for the Ghost Lady.
Yeah, now you work for Lena.
Yeah, where's
House
the
and
Charlie
Bras.
Day? Where's the Charlie Day meme of him just with all the wires?
I just don't know how to justify that on my resume. It's so many employers.
I think this is one of those
All
periods.
your souls, you'll be fine.
Nah, this is just one of those periods you don't include on your resume.
You only pick the best one. The one that's going to give you the best review. You're like, oh yeah, umbrellas, for sure, for sure.
Just mark it down as self-employed.
So it says here you worked for Catalina Vicatus, but when we called her, she did not have good things to say about you.
Yeah, can you confirm or deny that you, in fact, left the place of employment open and unlocked and not staffed? Is that true?
And you never tried to sell any subscriptions to Game Informer?
Yeah, can you explain that?
Informer.
With that, that will end today's session.
I don't know that we earned that, honestly.
No, I think that was just a pour one out bagpipes for your dead friend.
Well, that was a very interesting fight, everybody. Congratulations, Azrael, for the first being utterly destroyed in one of my games ever. Clap.
Can you turn? I want you to turn the roll hacks off if we're gonna do fucking fights.
Well, okay. Hear me out. Wasn't expecting the crit. Was expecting a very tense round, followed by, things happening, and then sometimes your friends die in one hit.
So I wanted to ask, we took the 5-minute break, I forgot to ask after that. For those of you who played before, has that ever happened before?
No.
Where you just
Nope.
come in and get fucking
Nope.
one-deeked?
Not
No.
in Christina's game.
Yeah, I'd never had that happen before in a game I played with Christina. I think, there were some mechanics that we never got around to, is my assumption, that Christina doesn't have to confirm or deny. And then we had a series of just, really heinously bad rolls. Like, Drian just completely fucking up the surprise attack, and then Christina just, hard critting. Azrael just, it was just game set blouses.
I think a lot of things went
Is
wrong
Christina
there.
gonna serve us pancakes?
I don't know, but I do know that we should all go and refresh ourselves in the purifying waters of Lake Minnetonka after that one.
I generally don't like to throw overpowered encounters at people, but man, there was just a string of really bad things that happened there that I just can't wrap my mind around. Your rolls, Drian.
I don't even feel like Drian's line of play was bad.
No,
I actually
no,
think
not
that
saying
was
it was
actually about as good of an engagement as we could have gotten, and shit, the dice were just not having any of it.
Mm-mm. Also, the crit, really?
Well, so okay, just looking at that sequence of events, so Drian waited for the ghost to leave, and then was okay, that's a bunch of people gone. And then Drian waited for the guy to turn his back, and then okay, surprise round, and then
We all rolled shit initiative, so they got a full round on all of us.
well, look at Drian's health bar, right? That was from one cantrip attack from the Duke. That was
I
still
almost got one shot by the minotaur.
Yeah, even before the crit, I was just okay, we've clearly missed a mechanic that we're supposed to be doing to not engage the golems because
Yeah, it was the eye.
yeah, it was probably the eye, and I think this is one of those situations where my understanding, last campaign I had said okay, we're gonna go in and we're just gonna fuck them up, we're not gonna say anything. And then this in the lead up, nobody was let's use the eye. So Drian was just okay, we're gonna go in and just try to get the best engage possible. Sometimes when you're playing League of Legends, you're you got one ult and you're I guess this is just gonna be enough. Right, but sometimes you're just playing Sand King, right? And you got a Sand King ult and you're this is what I got, this is gonna work.
I only play support heroes.
Okay, so sometimes you're playing Lena Inverse. And you have your look. I played them all, so so I think I didn't think it was a bad time. I didn't think at the time it was a bad engagement, but looking back, it's pretty clear that I think if enough if one more round had gone across, or if I don't know, if Drew had gotten a turn, we would have probably tried the eye thing and it would have changed that. So maybe that really is. Maybe the crit on Drew is just really what torpedoed the encounter.
Well, keep in mind, there's really never a wrong way to do things. Sometimes the story just progresses, and sometimes you could potentially just all fucking die. That is a real thing. But yeah, it was there was not a lot of planning going into it. There was not a lot of discussion about what the eye could do. So I'm not punishing you, but there was clearly some things that could be done to mitigate the problem.
Sure.
I also wasn't expecting the crit.
I mean, the
hurt so
crit
much.
literally did 45 damage.
Nobody expects
so,
the Spanish Inquisition.
like,
Yeah. Hold on, I'm scrolling back up.
It was 4d12 plus like a pile. It was
I also
a lot of damage.
I rolled a 12, a 5, a 12, and an 11. I high rolled that 4d12 so high. So yeah, again, the RNG, amazing. But that's D&D. It's D&D. And then sometimes you come back with an extra spirit following you around, but now it's a wisp. And then, and then sometimes you burn down Teldrassil. That's also fine.
Well, I think I've learned a valuable lesson tonight, which is to not have a plan. It's probably what I take away from that.
So in the meantime, since this is the end of the session, for next session, I'm going to have everybody level up to level 5.
We level up to level 5 for getting our shit pushed in.
Yep.
Where
It's an experience.
It's an
You know
experience.
what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
it's Saiyan rules. It's fine.
As this side of the story begins to shift towards understanding the umbrellis side of Maginox and deviating a little bit from the vampiric side of Maginox. So understanding how all these various houses in this city of eternal night actually work. And I hope you enjoy all of the manipulations and using your party for various goods and evils. Because I assure you I'm going to shower you in creature comforts as long as you appease your masters.
Do we level up in D&D Beyond still? Is that still the plan?
Yeah, go ahead and you'll level up in D&D Beyond, and then just make sure you're good for next session, and then I'll import your stats.
Word.
All right, guys. So that'll be it for today's session. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
I'll see you next week.
Ciao.
Yep.
All right, that's it for Kaamos today. Thank you for joining me. Greatly appreciated. Hope you enjoyed the session. I'm gonna say thank you real quick to Jigaman for the resub earlier. Static Burst, thanks for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the follows. We're gonna play again next Monday at 6 o'clock Pacific. Be sure to catch our next episode then. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.